First, I would like to thank you, Nasia, and the user group to invite me to present here. My presentation today is for ZERO data loss and MAA, how we can integrate these features or these architectures and reach the maximum availability to every architecture that you have. So my name is Fernando Simon. First of all, that this complaints, not complaints, but this information for the posts that is not necessarily represent my actual employee, that is Apronseed, Oracle Ace. So be an Oracle Ace, you can nominate yourself. You can nominate yourself. So we have Oracle Ace directors, Oracle Ace, and Oracle Ace associates. So contribute with the community and nominate yourself. So the session today will be about, the agenda is about me, just information. I talk a little bit availability, zero data loss, is just more information, just to see what is possible to do. I talk about the replication, real-time redo, the MAA, and how we integrate this everything. So my contacts. So I'm a senior DBA at Apronseed Luxembourg. I'm Oracle Ace. I presented in Open World, Latin America, Open World San Francisco, using groups. My contacts. So my LinkedIn, my Twitter, so my blog, I always use for technical stuff, like Mike told in the previous presentation. No politics, nothing, just technical. So be there, follow there. I just to introduce myself. I was DBA since 2004. I worked in Court of Justice since 2010 to 2017. There we worked with Exadata, one of the first of Brazil to do that. With ZERO data was the same in 2014, 2015. So I have, my background is quite a lot with engineering system. And there we made a project that integrates everything, hack plus a hack in both sides, both data centers, data guard, zero data loss. This presentation was made for Open World about the environment and everything. So you can check the presentation there. But in 2017, I moved to Luxembourg. And here I'm Oracle Senior DBA. I worked for European Commission and a bank institution that have MAA, multi-site environment. So I continue to have my background with MAA. And this is what I try to show you. My experience and my ideas, best practices that you can use to reach MAA. So I think that everyone passed and already saw these kind of pictures. You have load balancer, you have multi connections, and you have everything. You need to take care about backups, you need to take care about snapshots. It depends the way that you are syncing the data centers with storage or not storage. So this is something that in your career, sometimes we pass over this. So, but what is availability? What is the principles? The principles is they are the data and the connection. The application needs to have continuity. So the data and application needs to be available. We need to have zero impact over the environment. So if I'm syncing storages, I don't need to stop database to do that. So this is what we need to have. It needs to be easy, so it needs to be simple, not a complex 100 steps to do that. And everything you need to do is to sustain your compliance, because maybe you need to follow some compliance that you need to store your data for 5 years, 10 years, or you need to have SLA for 2 minutes of downtime, 1 minute, no downtime. So this is the principles that we need to follow. But we have two words to resume this: is RPO and RTO. RPO, recovery point objective, and RTO, recovery time objective. So is usually is what you can use and how much time you need to put everything running again in case of outage. So if your database is down, how much time I have to put running again? So RPO. Of course, that the goal is to have RPO 0 and RTO 0. Okay, of course, but in real life. So in real life, we have mixed environment. In the same data center, you have test, dev, UAT databases. We have production databases. We have data guard. We have hack. So it's a mixed. And if we mix environment, we have mix of SLA to cover. Some databases don't care if it's down. Some databases needs to be up and running 24/7. Sometimes we have some kind of lack of synchronizations. If someone use data guard, I think that you know what's happening if your standby is down, so you're not syncing, and it's complicated. And if you have a wantage, when this occurs, you have data loss. Sorry, but if you not pass data loss, one day maybe you pass. Sometimes depends on how you are syncing your storage. You have a huge impact. Depends the way that you do the network. The latency can be very hard. We need to have a lot of players. We have EMC, Tivoli, HP, Data Protector, Commvault, and a lot of things. Is a complex environment. And now we have cloud. We need to understand dossier, Azure, AWS. At the end, we are always in the snowball effect that we are validation, we are testing. We need to validate again and test again. So it's complex. It's just one example. So we have our data center here with Exadata, databases, cloud control, backup server, file servers, tape library. Just one example. Okay. This is a normal environment for a lot of us, but we can be better. We can have data guard. We have 2 data centers. We are syncing. So I'm a big guy. I'm a good guy, and I have everything that I can use. But one day, what's happened? The link between the sites is down. So my data guard is not syncing anymore. But if my data guard is not syncing anymore, my backups of archive log cannot be deleted. Okay. But if your archive logs is not to be backuped, cannot be deleted, and if your outage in your standby data center took a lot of time, what's happened? Your Exadata that you run is a full hack X8M is down. Your others database that you run in another storage, they are down. This is the point. We need to cover a lot of things. So why zero data loss is so important? Why zero data loss is important in this kind of things? Because the point is, what is zero data loss? So zero data loss is an engineering system. It's Exadata based. Because of that, we don't have single point of failure. So we have multiple storage, we have mirror, we have interconnect, and since it's Exadata, since it's engineering system, we have hardware plus software. So we have intelligence running inside of zero data loss. Is not just a backup. Zero data loss is not just a backup. And this is the point that I show you, how zero data loss is important for your environment. You can backup directly from zero data loss to tape. You have native replication if you have 2 data centers. you have Herman catalog, and you can manage this with Enterprise Manager and Cloud Control. But the point is that zero data loss does not reduce recovery time objective. Okay, your databases are not running inside of zero data loss. Okay, zero data loss is always and will be always for recovery point objective. Is zero data loss. Okay. The main features is virtual full backup, replication, tape backups, real-time redo. I will cover these in details, with some details. So zero data loss. Zero data loss is one Oracle database that is running inside of the appliance. This database runs Herman catalog. So you connect there with catalog, so we'll be there. This is a self-managed Herman catalog, because you don't need to cross-check your backups, validate your backups. Everything is done automatically, so it's self-managed by zero data loss. If your backup expired, disappears from the catalog, everything is automatic. So you don't need to go there, cross-check, validate whenever. Everything is validated. They call it Delta Push, that is your backups and the real-time redo. And you can manage with Enterprise Manager, Cloud Control, command line interface. You do everything, okay? So what is virtual full backup? I will not explain this because it's not focus of this presentation, but virtual full backup, what it means? It's called incremental for heavy strategy. Zero data loss will receive your full backup, your full backup. Think about that. Zero data loss receive your full backup, okay? It's open the backup set. This is the point that is different from the duplication, because zero data loss is content aware. So zero data loss open the backup set that Herman sent there, open, and inside of this, pick up every data block. And for these blocks, they put in memory. Okay? So when you receive the next incremental in the next day, what zero data loss do is pick up the blocks that I have for the full from yesterday, for that my first full, and merge with the new blocks and generate for you a new full backup. This is the virtual full backup. The point is that this changed nothing for Herman. You continue to do backup database as the same way that you do in the traditional Herman. Change nothing. Okay, this is the point. And this is another point. At the end, you can have more information. But I talk about the important features for MAA. And the important feature is replication. Why replication is important? Because you can have one zero data loss in one data center, in the second one in another data center. So you can replicate from one side to another side. You can replicate from both sides. You can from one to whenever. So you can decide this. But the important thing is that replication, and replicate your backup sets. Okay, you have one source and one destination, and even every zero data loss can have different policies. So in primary data center, I can store backups there for 2 months, and the standby data center I can store there for 1 year. So both sides can have different protections, different policies. Replicate archive logs, incremental backups, and your database can connect in both to recover from if the primary zero data loss is down due to maintenance. You can connect in the standby, so you have a multiple. You don't have a single point of failure. Okay. One example here, just to show you why replication is important. This is I'm connected inside of Herman catalog, and I made a list backup of the data file 1. So I have one backup set. This is an incremental, a simple incremental. Okay. But look, what's happened? I have the copy, one copy, okay? And I have a second copy. It's the same backup set is in both data centers. And this is the point. I'm connecting in one, I'm connecting in the catalog. If the backup set of the copy number one is there just disappearing because is there just for 2 months, and in the standby is for 6 months, everything is automatic. I don't need to go there and cross check. Everything is done automatically. And the same occurs for incremental level 0 is there. I have 2 copies. So this is a replication for zero data loss, because zero data loss do this automatically for you if you configure, of course, but this is done automatically for you. You ingest your backup and it's copied to another zero data loss. So you're starting to check how important it is, okay? Because you don't have single point of failure. If your prime data center goes down, you have in the second site, okay? Clone to tape. Why clone to tape is important? Because you offload your backups. You don't have just inside of zero data loss. You can copy to tape libraries, and these tape libraries don't need to be Oracle Security Backup. Can be third party, Commvault, IBM, whatever. And you can even copy this to cloud, to object store, and use these backups to set up one database in the OCI. So one point I forgot to talk this, just to return one information here that is important. This replication tends to be as soon as possible. So if you ingest your backup, the backup is replicated as soon as possible to the other side. But for tape, it requires schedule. So you schedule your backup to tape 1 time per day, 1 time per week. So this your define is not do automatically. You need to schedule this. This is important to show you. We have this is the same. So just to show you, you have the second copy, and second copy is in the tape. So everything is automatically again backup. Second copy is one side now is in the tape. But the most important feature is real-time redo. What is real-time redo? Real-time redo is the zero data loss from zero data loss recovery plans. Okay, because it's reduced to 0 your RPO. It's different from FastSync because it's just archive log dash for your database, like a data guard. You just define like archive log dash the same way that you do for data guard, but this is important. You don't need to have data guard license to use that. Think about that. You can have your single instance with RPO 0. But what is this? What is the point? I will show you. So I have my list copy of archive log. Okay, I have my thread with sequence 90. I do archive log current, and instantaneously I do a list backup of archive log. What's happened? I have my backup. I does not execute backup, but my backup is there, done automatically by zero data loss. Okay, but you think about that, but this does not work in the real life. So here, 2 examples. I have 2 threads, 2 sessions inserting inside of the database. Okay, is a simple insert. Is a simple insert here. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, is an insert here, and what's happened? I do a Q-9. I made a Q-9 in this example, but I can have an outage in my storage. Okay, my last insert is there. Okay, and after that I have a failure. My database is down, storage is down, and to show you, I can go there and remove everything. Okay, I goes there, start my recovery procedure. I go there and do what is my last archive log. My last archive log was took here, and if you check here, is the same time 23:09:44. Okay, is there 23 next 23:09. Okay, I pick up this SCN and put here, and what's happened? I have my data. If I return here, look the last one that was inserted, 646:10:16. I remember I lost my storage, okay, and my data is there. And this is a single instance. I don't have data guard. I don't have nothing, okay. So what we have? In real-time redo, replication, and clones, they are there. So real-time redo is the most important feature. Guarantees zero RPO. So, and the replication is there to help. But we understand how all of these features merge here. Okay. MAA, I don't need to explain what is MAA. MAA, maximum availability architecture, is there to reduce downtime for planned and unplanned, is there. Focus in application continuity, focus in RPO 0, RTO 0. You have the references on premise, the blueprint is there. You can check what is there to see the best perhaps and what is the reference. Okay. MAA plus zero data loss increase the reliability because you have zero data loss to everywhere, and I show why this is so important. And think big. And today does not exist MAA without zero data loss. If you go here in this, if you go here, you see that for every reference architecture, zero data loss is there. It's not required, is recommended, but you see why it's so important, okay, and why is there, okay? Because think about the bronze architecture, okay? What is bronze? Bronze is when you have a single instance, your dev and test environment, or even a single production, okay? It's a traditional environment. You don't use data guard, you don't use a hacker. It's just a single instance is there, but it's susceptible to single point of failure. So if your storage is down, if your power supply is down, if your database is down, basically is that. But the point is that this is just a matrix, just to understand. So if I have a hardware error here, my database is down. So my recovery point objective is down. If I lose the storage, if I lose this guy, what's happened? I lose data. Why I lose data? Because my backups, they are scheduling. I don't have a real-time redo. So if I lost this guy, RPO 0. If I have a storage error, if I have a error with database, usually will be 0. Okay. If I have corruption, okay, you need to recover from the last backup. If I have a site outage, where is my mouse? If I have a site outage, a complete site outage, you lose your data. Okay. With zero data loss. Remember, I'm using real-time redo. Look in the RPO, everything is 0 now. Because if I lose here, since I have a real-time redo, the archive logs is the archive logs is there. And even if I have a second data center, if I lose this entire data center, Okay, my replication is there, so my data is there. So you are understanding why zero data loss is important for MAA. But think about the silver. Silver, you have your hack, you have your engineering system. For the silver, you start to focus in application continuity because you have a cluster running there. Okay. We have two ways in the new architecture reference. They remove these because you have two options. You have engineer system with a hack, and you have in the past you have one option for data guard. But the point is that you don't have single point of failure. Okay, whenever it is the whenever it is the architecture, the options, you don't have, if this one failure, the other is there. Okay, and the same is in here. So you have two clusters, three clusters, you have your hack with 4. If one node is down, another is there. But the point is that if I had the hardware error here, my recovery point objective is 0. If I have an error here, 0. Okay, but the point is that it's the same as before. All my backups, even here, and I don't put it here, but I have a clock in here. They are scheduled, and even in this side, because if you have data guard in the same data center, but if you have a failure in here, what's happened? You need to explain to your manager that even with data guard, you have data loss because you lose your data center. And it's the same here. You are running in an Exadata machine, but can be down. It's not a case of, it's just because it's ODA or whatever that cannot be down. Occurs, for sure. So you have a hardware error. If you have a full hardware error for your Exadata, 2 storages down, 3 storages down, depends on your mirror, you have data loss. You need to recover from backup. And remember, your backup is scheduling. This is the point. You can have RPO, different than 0. And with zero data loss, remember, real-time redo. Okay, the same. It's the same. Real-time redo is there to protect you. So even if you lose this completely, it will be 0. If I lose the data center, my replication is there. Okay? The gold and platinum is just bigger and bigger. So this is the reason that think big. The focus is completely application in data continuity. You have a multi-site environment, data guard, a hack in both sides. It's protection. You don't have single point of failure. And one key difference here is that the replication between data centers is done by data guard or golden gate. Okay, it's not anymore by zero data loss. And I'll explain what's happened. So think about this environment. Okay, I have my hack with data guard in both sides. Okay, but I will ask you one thing. This is my production. Site 1 is production, and site 2 is standby. It's parameter and standby. So I'm running here, and my site is down due to a maintenance. Okay, I have a collocation, and they are there. So if I have a problem here now, where is my data? I lose data? Yes, because again, it's scheduling. Okay, this is the point. Everything is scheduled. You need your point will be, you can have, okay, RPO 0 if you had a error here, okay, the same here, but if you have multiple failures, what's happened with a gold? You need to protect more. And this is the reason that zero data loss is there, because if you have multiple failures, if a failure here, okay, you have data guard here. But if this guy fails again, and we know that we have production with some kind of good hardware, and the standby is not so updated, so maybe it's a problem that you have. You don't have the same environment in both sides. Your standby can have less power than the primary. This is the point. So for Platinum is bigger, so you have data guard inside of data centers, and the sites are protected by is protected by data guard copy. So again, and zero data loss is there because if I have a site outage, so with Platinum we have multiple protections, but you agree that is expensive. Okay, so with zero data loss is there, is the same, is more than one level of protection. Okay, but how we put this together? What is actually, without zero data loss, what is the architecture? So we have this. I have my site here, my simple database bronze here. I have my silver here, and I have my data guard inside of same data center, data guard. So I'm there. So my backups is there, is running there. But remember, they are scheduling. I need to schedule the backups, even for backup loss. I can have there, but my backups is going there. I have data guard in the other side, so but I need to schedule the backups there again. And I can even clone from one side to another side. But let's do this in the traditional environment. Okay, so look, this is storage. Okay, this storage will be the same of these guys. Okay, but probably they are looms. But if this storage is down, your data, everything here is down. Okay, if two cells here failure, what's happened is down. And where you recover your data? I recover my backup from last night. So you have 1 hour. Even if you have a huge Exadata, you can have a problem. With a simple detail, you can have a big problem. So this is the point. So with everything together, that is the point that I show you. I want to put. I wanted to show you some details that you can understand how MAA architecture is going. Okay, why you need to concern more? Why you need to prepare you more? Okay, because you have your site, your primary site. Okay, I have my zero data loss there. Okay, and zero data loss will be the base for your protection. Okay, so I have my bronze databases, they are there, is a single instance, can be a dev, UAT, whenever you decide what they are. Okay, I have these guys, I have my Exadatas. Okay, they are there. I can clone to tape. Okay, I have my data guard. Sorry, I have my second site. Okay, I have my data guard protection both sides. Okay, and they are there. Okay, I have in the other side. Okay, the same. So what is the point here? So you see that I'm increasing my environment. Okay, think about. Now I have my second site. Okay, I have data guard. So I need to copy, backup, and real-time redo. So this is the point. That's it. And I have a second site. I have second $0 in the second site. And the same, these databases are different from each other. And I can even clone to tape both sites. Okay? And I have the replication. Okay? So let's do some kind of exercise in here. Okay? If I have outage in the storage, what's happened? These databases are down. These databases are down. Okay? They are single instance. They are they are standard edition. Single instance running standard edition. Real-time redo. My RPO will be 0, even with a complete storage outage. Okay? I have my Exadata. Again, if I have a failure, again, RPO 0 is there. My data guard. But think about my zero data loss is down. Due to an error inside of zero data loss. I have a double cells failures in here. Okay? And if I need to restore, I just, and if this zero data loss is down, okay, do it to some reason. I will try to access it down, and I want to recover this backup. Some how can I say that? Some developer made a mistake. Okay, I have a replication, so I can restore from here. And this is the point. This guy, they are not data guard. I have multiple site protection, even in the standard edition, a single instance without data guard. And this is the point. MAA with zero data loss. Of course, that MAA is good, is there to protect you to a lot of outages, but with zero data loss is better. My point is not here to show details of how to do that. I have after I show some plus more information, but this is the point. Zero data loss today is the base. If you want to have a good protection, you need to think about zero data loss. Today does not exist a good architecture design without zero data loss, because zero data loss allows to you zero data loss. Zero data loss appliance is zero data loss. RPO 0 is there. So, but let's think about if I don't have zero data loss. Okay, I need to have multiple storages. Yeah, but if I have multiple storage, maybe I need to have multiple vendors because I want to be protected for some kind of software error. So I need to have multiple storage vendors. But if I have multiple storage vendors, I don't have a replication between sites. So I need to have 4 storages because I need to have one for EMC in one site, replicate to another EMC in another site. I need to have HP in one site and HP to another site. So this is the point. What is my data center levels, T1, T2, 3, 4, whenever? I need to follow some compliance, SOC, IPA, they are there. And I'm not talking about this, but connection, transaction drains. What's happening if I need to switch over from site 1 to site 2? Because my site 1 needs to be the same of site 2. This is the good design for your architecture. It's not just MAA. Application continuity. I'm not talking about, but we have transparent application failover, fast connection failover, notification servers. So I'm not talking about that. I just talked about architecture. How you define your architecture. This is the point. How you correctly define your architecture. I try to show you some details that you need to think about. Okay. So I have some posts that I had explained this. If you want, go to my website, go there, check. You can check about how real-time redo works with some examples, and how you put everything together with MAA, gold, platinum, silver, bronze, whenever they are there. Following my social media, my blog, my Twitter, my LinkedIn, they are listed there. So now for Q&A. So just to, I'm open to questions. This image was made recently by Ricardo Gonzalez. I asked him to put here. He allowed me to put this image there, so the credit is there. This amazing image, you can see that we are talking about something that is there for hack, is there since 2001, and we are still discussing how to use hack. We are still discussing data guarantees for 9.1, 9E, the version Oracle 9 is there. The Baroque is there since Oracle 9, and we saw a lot of things how to use Baroque. So the questions are there. So my presentation is done. So if you have some questions, I can answer.
You can check in the Q&A, and there are some questions for you.
Yes. Okay. Just open Q&A here. Okay. Yes, ZDLRA support big Indian format. Yes, yes. Exists some kind of, you can use ZDLRA to convert for AX to Exadata. You can use ZDLRA to do that. There is one recently in the blog from Oracle. The ZDLRA team put this information there. You can check there the information, but yes, it's possible. ZDLRA work from big Indian and is there, so you can check there. I don't have the link in here, but they are there. Okay. Okay. I put that it was answer. I'm checking. We have news in the class box, and we are about to send configure my business. Yes, you can for the how to configure. I just done here. You can check my website, but the documentation for ZDLRA is quite nice. It's really nice. So the docs.org.com for ZDLRA, they have a specific documentation on how to protect your database. Is there a lot of information just to show you how to do that? But you can check in my site. They are there. Some kind of how to enroll your database and how you put the library, the backup library is there. So there is some notes in my site. I link you to notes, and I link to the documentation, so you can check there. Oh, sorry. No, you don't need to have Enterprise Manager server to just operate your data loss. It's not needed. You can use the same, and you can use the same in both projects that I work in Brazil and here in Luxembourg. We use the same to manage Exadata and to manage data loss. We use the same. They are there, and I would say that it's needed to be the same, because if you want to add your database inside of data loss, they need to share the same enterprise manager. So yes, you need to use the same enterprise manager. Yes, with zero data loss, we can eliminate the needed to do the backups of backup of archive log. You don't need to anymore execute backup of archive log, because if you do that, you say, archive log already backuped. So you remove they needed to do the backup of archive logs because they are done automatically by zero data loss. Okay, so you don't need to execute anymore the backup of archive log. Okay, it's recommended that you have, but if they already sent to zero data loss, you say that already backup it. So it's not the case to eliminate, but reduce the pressure of the backup of archive log. Okay. Data guard with protection mode. What is the performance impact? I not made this test because everything depends on the connection that you have. But think about that. I return here. Let's see if I can return here just to show you. I will return to not this guy, this guy. Okay. You're talking about this, just to remove this guy. Remember that this is, we are in the same data center. So the latency, probably, the latency from here to there is supposed to be nothing. Okay, of course, it depends on internal network, but of course that will be less than this latency. Okay, so you don't need to concern about that because you are in same data center. So this latency here supposed to be less than the A latency and the B. I put B here. So usually B is small than A. So usually you don't need to concern about that. But if you have some kind of internal network that's not so good, you need to take care more of the architecture, the network than this. Okay. How to recover your database if I want to clone my production to dev? I put here where it is. I go show you here. So what you're asking about is if I want to clone this production environment to here. So this is nice. This is a good question because what we do usually, think about that this database have 20 terabytes. Okay, 20 terabytes. What I usually to do, I do a duplicate from active database, but you don't need to do anymore because since you have real-time redo, and you can use to duplicate from here. So your backup is there. So you just, because you sent it here, and after you do a duplicate, from here. So yes, it's nice, and you can use the duplicate from zero data loss. Okay, this is possible to do, and even that, if I have, remember, I just want to put where it is here. So remember, I can have an environment where my productions running in site 1 and my dev and test running in site 2, because I not want to mix. But since I have a replication here, my mouse always disappears. Where is my mouse? Okay, it's there. So if I want to replicate, if I want to restore from here, I use the replication because the replication send this backup there. So I don't need to, I don't impact the data guard because the replication is there. So I can recover this guy, I can restore this production there, passing over here. Okay? Because at the end, I'm restoring from here. I'm doing duplicate from here. So this is nice. Okay. more. Okay. Is similar archive log repository technology? No, it's different. It's like a data guard. It's like a data guard. Okay. Zero data loss works as is a data guard. Okay. You just define archive log desk and it's there. Everything is done automatically. Okay. It's possible to achieve MAA production to his sites. Yes, it's possible to do. It's possible to achieve between 3 production sites implicated to Golden Gate and using your replication is done by Golden Gate. This is the point, and just to return here. Remember that you pick up this information. Is there. So remember that between sites here, the replication is done by Golden Gate. The replication is not done by zero data loss. So your replication will be done by Golden Gate. Okay. If other person can help, yes, but I recommend you to check my blog. A lot of information of zero data loss is there. You can watch there. Is there. So check my website. Check my blog. So check my site here. Check my site here. So check my blog. Check here. So you can see there. Do we need a real-time Redo license? No, real-time Redo, if you buy zero data loss, you can use. You don't need to pay nothing to use that. This is the point. And you can use for a standard edition, to enterprise edition, to hack, to data guard, whenever. If you have zero data loss, you don't need to pay nothing. And this is the point. This is the point that zero data loss is so important. You need to pay nothing to use real-time Redo. If you have zero data loss, you can use that. Okay? You don't have extra cost above the cost that you pay for zero data loss. Can you use encryption and compression to backup? Yes and no. Compression is not. There are some rules for how to use compression and how to use encryption. So go to the MyORG support and you can go to the documentation that is there. But you can use TDE to have your table space encrypted, and you can have your backup encrypted. So, but there are some rules to follow there. So go to the documentation in there. But this is possible to use. How you ensure that the real-time is not corrupting in transit? This is done automatically by zero data loss. If you have some kind of corruption, zero data loss report to you. Everything inside that you ingest inside of zero data loss, it is validated. Validate against data corruption. Validate if your backup set is copy from you send your backup to zero data loss. What Herman sent is validated. What is inside of backup set is invalidated. If you have some data block corruption, is validated. So everything that you ingest inside of zero data loss is validated. It's automatically validated. It's automatically validated. Okay. Can I simply switch to zero data loss copy? Like yes, if I understand correctly, as you just can go there and use there to copy, and you have some requirements if you have a copy. But yes, you can use a copy and is there. Real-time Redo is not license, is the same question. Okay. Yes, you can mix a long-term retention backup. Yes. This is nice. The question is, can I remix long-time retention backup to send to another media library? Yes, we can do. And I will do a post about that in the new feature in 2 weeks. It will be there. One example how you can remove your, if you have a long time backup inside of zero data loss, you can offload to a disk or even to a tape. So you can put there has some information there. You can use that, but you can connect your convolt directly in your zero data loss. You can backup from the tape to a convolt. So maybe is another option. So you don't need to do to a disk, and after the disk to tape, you can go directly to tape. With convolt, zero data loss probably is compatible, so you can use that. We have two zero data loss boxes. Can we remove current configuration? And we have two zero data loss boxes. Can we remove current configuration, and can we configure different replication method? I don't know if I understood correctly the question, but if you have two boxes, you can have like the box that is protecting your parameter data center. You can have like the retention policy that is there is for 2 months, but in the standby you can have for 1 year. So you can configure this. You can have a small zero data loss for the parameter, and you can have a big for the standby. So is your architecture, but you can mix the protections in the both sides. So in the parameter side, you have more databases ingesting backup there, so you put more backups there, but you don't need to duplicate everything to the second side. So maybe your standby, using the loss in standby side can be bigger, or can store data for more time. Yes, you can have this. Which license is required to implement zero data loss? You just need to buy zero data loss. You don't need to have nothing. If you have zero data loss, if you buy your zero data loss, you can use everything. You can use replication. You can use, and this is the reason that zero data loss is so important. This is the reason that zero data loss is so important, because you don't need to pay nothing about that. When you buy this guy here, and if you have a second guy, you can use replication, you can use real-time redo, you can use virtual backup, and you can have everything because you just pay recovery price. You don't need to have data guard license in here. You don't need to have data guard license in here. And even here, I don't need to pay for that. Real-time redo, if you buy zero data loss, you can use real-time redo where you want. Answer live. It's possible to migrate a database using data loss? Yes, I migrated 120 databases from, this is a nice history just to show what's happened more or less. So I think about that. This is I have a ODA box here that was in the 12 something, okay? And I need to switch. I need to put in here because this guy will be reimage. I made a reimage here. So I cloned the backups from here to there. I made the last backup in here, last incremental backup in here, and after I cloned here to there. So yes, we can migrate using zero data loss, and even you can migrate with different engines. Okay, from big engine to little engine is there, so it's possible to do this. Yes. Yes. Can you please post one article about protection database configuration with Enterprise Manager? This is already done in the documentation. So if you go to docs.org.com, this information and this how to do is there. So you can see there how to do. Is easy. Just next finish. You just define the information. Yes, is there. Does it tell us about advanced columnar comprehension? I think that yes, but need to check the documentation. I really don't know how to answer this question with 100% sure, but yes, I think that is possible to use advanced columnar protection. Yes, because I think I will say yes, because this what zero data loss is checking. Zero data loss does not enter inside of database. Zero data loss is just to receive Herman backups, and Herman backups are advanced colonial comparison. It's not is like a Herman backup. Zero data loss receive Herman backups. So if for Herman backups is the same, does change nothing, so it's compatible. When you say Indian is not an issue, yes, you can have AX, you can have Spark, you can have Z Linux, everything can be backuped to zero data loss. Yes, when you are saying Indian is not an issue, yes, you can backup directly to the zero data loss. I had AX today backupping in the zero data loss. It's not a problem. It's there. Yes, zero data loss don't need to have archive log license. You don't need to have archive log license to use zero data loss. Okay, it's writing in the documentation. It's writing in the malware support, and it's writing in the best practice in the side of site. Okay. And can I create the dev or UAT to my other hardware? Means sorry, I not understand this, but can I create the dev or UAT environment? I not understood this question. If you can clarify. Sorry, I not understood the question, because it's, can I create dev or UAT to my other hardware means other than zero data loss? I not understood this question. But if you are thinking about, if you are talking about something like that, just to show you what if I understood, if I have another hardware here. If I want to, I can clone from here to there. Yes, you don't need to pass on zero data loss. You can do a duplicate, and this does not affect the zero data loss. So yes, you can duplicate in this way. Okay, and it's possible to duplicate from AX to Linux? Yes, Oracle blogs.org.com recently made a post about that. Nice, you are backupping zero data loss. Nice, me too. Need to check if I answer all the questions. Yes, I think that answer all the questions. I not checked the chat. I don't know if someone put something in the chat. I just seen Q&A. Okay, I'm just removing all the questions that I had answered, just to remove the queue. Okay.
Anyway, I think we should stop.
Yes.
We are over the time, so you were lucky, Fernando. You had time to answer a lot of questions, and I hope that these are happy with it. But we really have to stop this session and have the break, and meet with who will attend in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Or
yes. So like my site is there. My Twitter is there. Just call me there. Add me. Talk with me. I try to answer what is possible to answer, and follow me there, and I will be happy to answer the questions there.
Thank you so much, Fernando.
Thank you, Fernando.
You're welcome. You're welcome. The KS Oracle user group, and thank you so much.